How many names did they want to put on one product? I guess we'll test both of. Sorry, Chanel, is that you? Oh. Oh my god. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. You might be thinking from the title, have we gone back to 2017? No, we haven't, but I am going to be doing a full face testing Primark makeup today. I used to do these kind of videos all the time on my channel, full faces of different brands, like drugstore brands, cheaper brands, and recently I've had a couple of comments on here and on my TikTok actually saying, can you do some more like full face of one brand videos? So I was like, sure, what brands do you want to see? And the most requested so far was Primark makeup, and let's do it. So I'm going to start off with this, which is the Prep and Perfect Balancing Primer with Avocado. But this was £4 and you do get 50 ml, so you get quite a lot. So wait, actually, before I just chuck it on my face, let's put some on my finger. Oh, it does smell. Hang on. It kind of smells a bit of avocado. It says it's got avocado in it, but it smells very fresh. Maybe more like cucumber than avocado, actually. I've checked the ingredients of this one. I think I should be okay. But my god, my skin has been so problematic recently. I have had to have a few days where I just have been unable to film because I will put a little picture of what my skin was like. It's been really, really bad this week, and sort of like on and off, things are just setting it off. I was going to post about it again on my Instagram, being like, I was planning to film sooner, but my skin is flared up. But I was just like, you know what? I've said that so many times that it actually gets boring. It bores me. I get so frustrated with it. But on days where my skin flares up, I just cannot film because it's sore, it hurts, my skin is like weeping and open, and I just have to give it a few days to calm down. But things will set it off that I'm not even supposedly allergic to, so I don't know what is going on. Anyway, moving on. This actually feels really nice. It feels hydrating. It's left my skin slightly tacky. It doesn't feel oily. If anything, it feels more like a grippy primer. And it said that the only thing is, it said that it was supposed to be like color balancing or something. And I do have like a few spots. I don't think it's done anything for that or done anything for my redness. Even though it was green in color, once it was blended out, it just sort of like went completely clear. So I wouldn't say that it's sort of like balanced any colors on my face, but it actually feels really nice and it's given my skin a bit of a glow. And then actually what I'm going to do, just because I do have this was £3.50. I'm going to use the Primed for Life Probiotic Priming Mist. The main reason I want to use this is because it says on the front, licorice extract soothes, kombucha boosts skin's barrier, which is what I need, and vitamin F conditions skin. So supposedly like a priming water, which looks like this. Let's just hope that it's not too strong of a mist. It smells very sweet. It smells kind of fruity. So I will wait for that to settle. And then the next thing that I'm actually going to use, I'm really curious by this. They had this makeup artist tape, which says use to apply your eyeshadow and contouring neatly. Okay, I wouldn't suggest using tape to contour because then it's just going to peel off your foundation and you just don't need that. But for eyeshadow, to get like a crisp line, I thought I would give this a try because it was £1. So it's sort of like clear with dots on it. It doesn't feel super sticky, which is great because I mean it's not gonna like rip your skin off, hopefully. We can hope. I'm gonna use it in combination with this palette, which is the Exposed PS eyeshadow palette. There was quite a few different ones of these and I went for this one because I just thought it looked really pretty. They had a little tester of it, and actually for once people had just used the tester and not used the actual products, because that is such a huge problem in Primark. But this was £5 and it actually looks really nice. But this is what it looks like. I'm going to take off the name sheet because I'm probably just going to lose that. I thought the shimmers in this looked really pretty. And what I'm going to put on my... So you know what I was saying about people opening stuff? This concealer has been used. I guess at least it's a stick concealer. Somebody's clearly like swatched it for the shade on the back of their hand. I hope on the back of their hand. I'm going to take a bit of tissue and just basically scrape the top of the concealer off. Just don't do that. If you want to test something, go and find a member of staff and be like, can one of these be used as a tester? Don't just open one, swatch it on yourself, and then put it back. This concealer stick was 90p. I went for the shade Cool Sand, but I'm going to use this as my eye base because I couldn't see like an eye primer or anything. This will do. Hopefully. I have tried the stick concealer in the past and it does actually have pretty good coverage. So I'm just going to blend that. I am excited to do some of these kind of videos again because at the start of my channel, I used to do these all the time. Okay, I would say this concealer is not great for dry skin because it's kind of just clinging on to every dry patch on my eyelids right now. I'm going to zoom you all the way in. So this tape, it seems to just sort of rip really easily, which is great. Like it rips along the dotted lines, which is really helpful. So I'm just going to stick some of this, I guess, like up to the end of my eyebrow. It's actually really handy how it rips so easily, so you don't need scissors. Because this concealer just looks a bit shit, like it's gone really creased and sort of like balling up a bit, I'm actually going to try this other concealer that I've got, which is the Brightening Radiant Under Eye Concealer, and I've got the shade 132 Neutral. So I'm just going to put a bit of this on and hope that it's a little bit more full coverage. Okay, yeah, this is more promising. So I'm gonna start with, let's take this shade here, a neutral light, oh wow, color. It's almost got a slight pink tone to it. I'm just gonna put this, actually I'm gonna probably end up putting this all over the lid. I'm gonna start out by putting it on the outer and inner corners. Wow, that's really pigmented. Yeah, not only did I enjoy doing these videos because they were fun, and it was just fun to play with makeup, it was also that even though, like, you know, I'm not a makeup artist and I'm not like the best at makeup, it was still a good way to show people that you can still get a cool makeup look and like a really nice makeup look with products that are really affordable, and you don't need to spend a shit ton of money on products to look nice, you know? And also at the time, I didn't have much money myself. So drugstore makeup was all that I could afford. And it used to bother me because there were certain people that would be snobby about drugstore makeup and, I don't know, just think it was shit. And I'm like, no, there's some really good things. So far, so good. Let's take this shade, which is just slightly darker. And I'm going to add this in the same places just to deepen it up a little bit. I have got a little bit of sticking going on here, but that's because the inner part of this eyelid is really dry and the eyeshadow is sort of sticking to it funny, but I mean, that it would do that with any eyeshadow. Then I'm going to take this shade, and basically each time I'm adding a shade, I'm just adding a little bit less of it. I might use the dark browny black colour as eyeliner, but let's put this one into those outer and inner corners. They do have quite a lot of fallout actually in the pan, but I mean, I'm not particularly bothered about that as long as the eyeshadows actually stick to my eyes, which they are. And I don't really have any on my face, so. And in between each step, I'm just going back in with the initial blending brush that I used and just blending over the edges. Then on the centre of my lid, I'm going to take this gold shade, and then I will probably go in with a bit of this one as well, because these two look like the most foily shimmers. Yeah, when I was having a look at these palettes in the shop, I was like, ooh, they actually, like, the shimmers look really nice. Or like there was a couple of shimmers in each of them that just looked really foily and beautiful. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to go straight in with my finger. You know what? If anybody found me from like my testing Primark videos or testing Poundland makeup videos, please let me know down below, or just in general actually let me know, how did you find my channel and when did you find my channel? Because to be honest, like back then I was what, 19, and at the time I had a lot of a younger audience, and most of my followers were sort of like between the ages of like 12 and 16, I guess, whereas now I feel like a lot of people have actually grown up with me, and there are obviously some people that have left and grown up and moved on and YouTube isn't their thing anymore, which absolutely fine, and then there are also people that have stuck with me sort of like since those years and have kind of grown up at the same time as me, which is really nice. And there are definitely some names that I see in the comments that I've been seeing for like, you know, 5 years plus that have sort of stuck around. But then also as well, there are quite a few new people that have joined in recent years, which I think have discovered me from more like testing TikTok videos and stuff like that. And then there are those of you that have been around since before TikTok even existed. So I would be so curious. Let me know down below, how did you find my channel and when did you find my channel? That shade is really pretty actually. I'm then just taking the lighter foily shade and I'm just gonna add a bit of it over the top. Those shimmers are really nice. I'll do a little close up in a sec. But also, I do just want to say, if you have been here since the sort of like testing Primark and Poundland and whatever else makeup days, thank you for sticking around. I think we've all been through a lot together at the same time, and you know, the people that have grown up at the same rate as me, I hope you're all doing okay. I hope you're all good. I'm just patting the excess over the rest of my eyelid to sort of blend it in a bit. Yeah, I don't think you would look at this and think it was a £5 eyeshadow palette. The colours are really nice. I'm not going to do like a full wing, but I'm just going to add a tiny bit of depth to the outer corners. So I'm just going to take this shade, the dark, it's not black, it's like a dark brown. I'm just going to add a tiny bit sort of along my lash line. Oh, the only thing I didn't get is lashes. Yeah, even this shade is actually really nicely pigmented. Okay, moment of truth, let's take off the tape. Ooh, Ooh, I'm really sweaty under it. It's really nice tape. It's really not very sticky, but it sticks just enough. You know what, guys? I'm really happy with that. It would probably get quite dusty if you set your eyelids first and then put the shades on, but as long as you've got something for it to stick to, either like preferably an eye base, but if you don't have an eye base, then you can just use concealer. It probably won't last as long as with an eye base and may crease throughout the day. I wouldn't recommend putting it on matte set eyelids just because they can be a little bit dusty, but it's really nice. So I got this, which is the Brow Sculpt and Fix Kit, and it says brow lamination and brow conditioning fixing wax. How many names did they want to put on one product? This was £4 and it looks exactly like every other brow soap of every other drugstore brand. One thing I do hate though, I've got to say, is the excessive packaging. So this is what it looks like. It is quite big. You get this little toothbrush looking thing. You know what? You could actually probably use it as a toothbrush. Don't do that. The only thing is this is huge. You can't avoid getting the product all over your skin because this is ginormous. But what does it say? It just says brow wax. I don't know if I'm supposed to mix it with water. It does have a nice big mirror in there, which is really handy, and it is quite thin, but it doesn't actually say whether you're supposed to mix it with water, so I guess we'll try it without first. Okay, yeah, without water, it's not really doing a whole lot. Like, it's not really it's putting a bit of product through there, but they are not sort of staying in place in the way that you would think that brow soap would keep them. So I'm just gonna give it a little spritz. I don't actually know, like it doesn't, I wish it had instructions on there. I don't think I was supposed to do that. I don't think I was supposed to do that because it's all just sort of like staying on top and they're separating from each other. It's not mixing in like a soap. I think it is literally just a brow wax. And I kind of assumed that it was like any other brow soap where you're supposed to mix it with water, because this, to be honest, it's not really doing like a whole lot. It is fluffing them up, don't get me wrong, but they do not feel like they're going to stay there all day. Like, it just feels like I've got a tiny bit of brow wax through my brows. That for me is a bit of a flop. And this brush is way too big. I do have a brow pencil, but you know what, now that I don't have to do the whole like wiping off thing, I may as well just go in with my base and I'll do my eyebrows in the way that I would normally do them. So I bought this, which is the Longwear Natural Luminous Serum Foundation. I went for this one because it looked a bit more, you know, to my current preference. It says that it's a medium buildable coverage enriched with Diamond Complex. What the fuck is Diamond Complex? Radiant and lightweight. It was £6 and I mean, it's incredibly hard to tell from just like the little window what shade you're going to be, and they didn't have any testers, so I went for the shade 152 Neutral and 213 Warm. So I guess we'll test both of. Oh my god, that sounds incredibly liquidy. Oh wow, it's really, really runny. I kind of wasn't expecting that. Okay, wait, hang on. I've just realised I pumped up. I was supposed to be just testing the shades. It smells very alcohol-y. Definitely shake it. Okay, so that was the shade, the neutral one, 152. And then this one is 213 Warm. Maybe this one would be better to match my fake tan, but my fake tan's kind of wearing off, so I think I'm just going to mix the shades together. Let's see. Got better coverage than I thought it would. Okay, maybe I've put on way too much. I did actually think that it wasn't going to have much coverage at all, but the coverage is actually really nice. Okay, yeah, I think in future, if I was going for a shade to match my fake tan, I would go for the 213 Warm shade, which is what I've just put on my forehead. I like it. It doesn't quite give me the glow that it sort of suggested. Diamond Complex. It's called the Natural Luminous Serum Foundation. If I'm honest, it doesn't feel particularly moisturising. I felt like it was going to dry down to be a semi-matte finish. It definitely does have a little bit of glow to it, but I thought it would have, I thought it would feel a bit more hydrating and be a little bit thicker, like a moisturiser, like a lot of tinted moisturisers kind of are. But don't get me wrong, it has nice coverage. It does feel lightweight, but I think if you do have dry skin, let me just show you. On my cheeks, where I have a couple of dry patches, it's sort of sticking to them a little bit, but it feels really thin and it has nice coverage. Then the 90p concealer I'm going to use on my spots. Why is it kind of grey? It's got a very grey tint to it. So that concealer I'm going to use on my spots. It does have good coverage, but the shade is a little bit off. But for 90p, not bad. And then I'm going to use the Radiant Under Eye Concealer. This was £3.50, and again, I went for the shade 132 Neutral. So I'm just going to put some of this under my eyes. I quite like the consistency of it. I like the doe foot. It's like a tapered thing. So let's see how it is for coverage under the eyes. not bad. It does feel a little bit dry. You know what? That concealer's done a pretty good job. I think it's definitely brightened up my under eyes, but I would say again, if you do have dry skin, probably go for something a little bit more hydrating. For cream bronzer, I ended up getting 3 different things because I'm not sure either of these are going to be completely right. They had this on sale, which is the Bronze Whip Velvet Finish Cream Bronzer. It was reduced from £4 to £3. So I got that one, but I thought the shade might be a little bit too light. Every single Primark that I've been into in London, I cannot find the contour sticks. They are always gone, or like they just don't seem to exist. They don't even have a section for them. But I managed to find this one. However, it's not in the shade that I wanted it. These were £2.50. I know that Jordan Lipscomb has raved about these for years, but the shades that she uses I think are like Toffee and something else. I managed to find the shade Honey. This might work, it might not. These are supposed to be very creamy, so that one probably not going to work, but should we try it anyway on one side of my face? Okay, maybe for a natural contour this could work, but they do feel very creamy. They feel nice. The only thing is as well, like a lot of them were very, very orange toned. I wish they actually had like contour shades that were cool toned. Oh, they blend so nicely. I wish they released more shades. And then I also managed to get the concealer stick in the shade Cinnamon, so I thought I would try this for contour as well because it was only 90p. Even if you did have deeper skin, like it's a very, very orange shade. I mean, yeah, Primark definitely need to work on their shade range, but let's try it. Okay, I mean that worked a little bit better actually. I could probably make that work even though it is very warm. And then let's test this Bronze Whip thing as well. I'm not sure if it will even still be there anymore because like I said, it was on sale, but we will give the Bronze Whip. Oh my god, it looks like the Chanel one. It smells like coconuts. Sorry, Chanel, is that you? Whoa, it's so creamy. But again, the shade is just straight up orange. It smells like the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and it is so creamy. When you touch it, it just sort of melts. Maybe they discontinued it because the shades were weird. It blends beautifully. It's just very, very orange. Put some on my forehead. The formula feels beautiful though. If Primark could just come out with more of these and release them in better shades, it's really nice. We're gonna go with that even though it is quite orange. If anyone from Primark is watching this, they're probably not, but please work on your shade ranges. Surely they've got the budget to do that. They're Primark, they're huge. I did wander around and look at all the makeup hoping that they would have a cream blush, but from what I could see, they did not. So we don't have a cream blush in this, so I am just going to go in and set my face. And for that, I bought this, which is the PS Pro Natural Finish Flawless Powder Foundation. Buildable coverage enriched with aloe vera and maca powder, soft focus and perfecting. I got the shade 212 Neutral, and this was £5. Okay, so I'm just going to blend out all the creases. And I know that this looks weird, but recently I've been setting my under eyes like this, just so that I don't set the creases into place. And then, wait, I bought these, which are some powder puffs. They were £2 and you get 3, and they looked really big and they looked really nice. And I can't open this thing. Oh, they feel so soft. But this is what the powder foundation looks like. Did I say that I got 212 Neutral? It looks very, very similar to the shade NC20 from MAC. Oh my god. It has really good coverage. Look at the difference between... Hang on, let me set all of this. Oh my god. It does feel quite thick and it does feel a little bit heavy, but pretty much every powder foundation that I've tried feels quite thick and heavy. It's got very good coverage. It is quite drying, so it's making me like wrinkle a little bit. Actually, you know what? This is my better under eye anyway, because when I smile, like, can you see this under eye doesn't seem to crease as much as this under eye. I don't know why that is. Powder puffs are really nice, by the way. I'm impressed. We'll see if by the end of the video my under eyes have stayed creaseless. So I found this, which is the Luminous Sheer Glow and Finishing Powder. This was £4 and I went for the shade medium, and they didn't actually have any lighter shades of these. So I'm not sure if it's intended to be a bronzer or whether it's supposed to be a powder. But this is what it looks like. And it has a slight bit of sheen to it. Oh my god, it's so soft. So... oh wow. This is a very bronzy look. There is nothing cool toned about this at all. Again, it is very, very warm and like very sort of orangey, but It's actually going on really nicely. When I switched on my hand, it had quite a lot of shimmer in it. I can't really see that shimmer coming through on my skin. This video is just going swimmingly well. Then for blush, I have tested this one before. It is the PS Blush High Pigment Blusher in the shade Secrecy. These are £1 each. The packaging doesn't feel particularly great, like it's quite lightweight and plasticky, cheap feeling, and I feel like it would break quite easily, but then what can you expect for £1? Okay, in person it's showing up a lot. I don't know why it's not showing up that much on camera. Maybe I just need to turn down my brightness a bit. You do have to build them up a little bit, but for £1, like, it's £1. I've not got a highlighter. And also, actually, I haven't seen the Primark highlighters in there for ages. They used to have these ones in cardboard packaging that was sort of like a dupe for the Kylie Cosmetics ones. I can't get the plastic off this brow pencil. This brow pencil was £2 and I got the shade brown, and I cannot for the life of me unwrap it. Even with nail clippers, I can't get it off. Do they expect me to like get a scalpel and dissect it? How are you supposed to get the wrapping off? Why do you need to wrap the whole pencil when it's this skinny? I've just done all of that to open it and get down to that bit, and it's not even the pencil side. By the way, just a note, a lot of this makeup actually says cruelty-free and international on it, and it's got the Leaping Bunny seal of approval. Jesus Christ. I'm not actually messing around. I've been trying to open this for almost 10 minutes. Okay, right, I've managed to do it and it's just stuck like that. That's really good. It makes skinny little hairs. It's not breaking. The formula doesn't seem too soft, which is often the problem with cheaper brow pencils. They're like tend to be too soft and they will just put like so much product onto your eyebrows. This eyebrow just looks a bit weird because I've got a spot right there, which makes it look like I've done a point, but I haven't. I really like that. I'm just going to finish with my under eyes, and I'm going to take, let's take this shade and then probably those two browns. And then on my inner corners, I'm going to take this foily shade. Actually, you know what? Let's take this shade on my inner corners. Oh my god. Yeah, that's incredibly bright. Maybe I didn't need that much of a bright shade in my inner corner, but oh well. And then let's put a bit on the brow bone. And then I'm going to do some spray just to give my face a bit of a glow because I look very matte right now. This is the Vit Fix Vitamin Rich. Oh, this is also a priming mist. Oh well. This one says it's a hydrating rose water mist, so I guess we'll just see if this one's any different to the other one. Looks like this. Oh my god, Jesus. Okay, this one says that it's got rose water in it. It's very, very, very strongly scented of rose. But has it given me a glow? We will find out. I've just realised I've got a whole load of lip liners that I wanted to swatch and they've all got that plastic wrap on them. I got two mascaras. I got the Wonder Lash, which was £3. Actually, they were both £3. And the Brilliant, oh no, that says $1 billion lashes. Not gonna lie, this one, the before and after picture, like the after looks very clumpy. But let's try the Wonder Lash first. By the way, did that give me any more glow? Like that spray? Maybe a tiny bit. A little bit. Wait, what does this remind me of? Kind of reminds me of the L'Oreal Telescopic a little bit, like a very, very skinny, ow, brush. Oh, Jesus, it's really quite sharp. It's a very dry formula and quite a thick formula. The bristles are very sharp, but I have this on some like higher end mascaras as well. Like the Charlotte Tilbury mascara, the Pillow Talk one, it's really good, but the bristles are kind of spiky, and this feels similar to that. But Jesus, that is giving a hell of a lot of volume. Wow. It is quite clumpy, but because of the way that the bristles are, you kind of can just comb the clumps out. Oh my god, that's the Wonder Lash. I want to try the other one now. What if they're both great? So this is the $1 billion lashes. I don't know, are these supposed to be dupes for something that I'm unaware of? This one has got a massive fat curved brush. The formula of this one is a bit more liquidy, but it's still quite a thick formula. It's decent, but it's not as good as this one. I'm definitely getting more clumpiness on this side. And to be honest, it is building quite well, but the brush is just so big that I'm quite scared to keep adding layers in case I get it all over my eyelid. This one is my kind of brush. I wish it was a little bit less lethal because it is quite sharp, but it really works. Wow. My lashes look great. This mascara is awesome. If you like the L'Oreal telescopic, you'll probably really like this. It just feels like something is missing without a highlighter on. And also the blush has kind of disappeared a bit. I don't know if that's just me. Like it didn't stick to my skin that great. I'm gonna try a bit of this other priming mist and see if it makes my skin a bit more glowy. Oh no, I've just sprayed too much. Oh yeah, by the way, I got a new tattoo. I am going to be posting a vlog about it, and by the time you're watching this video, there's probably going to be a TikTok about it as well. Okay, we would take a short intermission while I try and open these lip liners. That has just taken me about 15 minutes. But hey, I'm back. I got 4 of the £1 lip liners. I got the shade Rumour. Oh, that looks like such a nice, like, My Lips But Better sort of colour. I'm also going to swatch on my lips. Okay, that one's kind of like a pink. We've then got the shade Taupe, which, to be honest, this one looks a bit too pink for me. I will do a close-up in a second. They should rename the shade Taupe to Dolly Pink, because in what world is that taupe? We've then got the shade Toast. Okay. It's like a brown colour. I don't know why I'm doing this. And then the last one is called Toffee, which is a more warm brown. So that is those 4 there. I think with this eye, I'm most drawn to Toffee. So let's go with Toffee Lip Liner. The formula of these is quite soft, which isn't a bad thing, but just be a bit more careful with them. And then over the top, instead of the classic Primark lipsticks, which I have tested before and they're absolutely fine, they're like £1, I saw these, which are called the Sheer Hydration Nourishing Lip Gloss Balm. And I got 2 shades, they were £3 each, and I got the shades Blossom and Blush. They actually come with a lip gloss balm and a sheer lip gloss. I think it was called Blossom, this one. Okay, let me not test that. Let me just see what the other one is like. Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup. That's just the first thing I thought of. So the shade Blush. Oh, this one is like a lighter peachier colour. I think I'm going to go for this one. Ooh, feels nice and glossy. Let's give it a go. They do taste a bit weird. Okay, when I first put it on, I was like, I don't like that colour, and it was all sort of collecting in my dryness on my lips. But actually blending it out, it does feel really comfortable. It definitely feels hydrating. I think by itself, this colour would be too light, but with the lip liner, it's actually pretty nice. There's no scent to them. Maybe if they'd have added like a light vanilla fragrance, it would have got rid of that. But you know what? Actually, that lip combo is really pretty. And then finally, let's just put a little bit. Oh, see, the gloss has a nice sweet fragrance. I'm going to put a bit of the gloss over the top, which I didn't even realise it was a thing, but ooh. Oh, wow. That's not sticky at all. Feels kind of like a lip oil. Very nice, not sticky in the slightest. That setting mist did definitely give me a bit more glow. I'm just going to go back in with my powder puff and take away it from the centre of my face. And this is my finished full face of Primark makeup. You would never look at me and think that this was all really affordable makeup. What do you guys think? I'm really, really happy. There were a couple of duds in there, like the eyebrow wax stuff. I just didn't like that. The 90p concealer, don't really like that either. But I know that some people do really like that, but just as a base for my eyeshadow, I don't really think it's one for dry skin. The blush, again, I feel like it's just disappeared. Let me know what you think, and if there's any other makeup brands that you want me to test. The fact that my hair has just completely dropped out throughout this video. If you enjoy this kind of video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you want to see some more videos like this. I hope you guys are doing good, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!